What do you guys have here?
This is a O2J gearbox for VW Caddy.
Okay.
We got damaged. So we're stripping it to see what's wrong on the inside.
Okay.
We're guessing at first gear is off, but we're not sure. Basically damaged the box on pull away. Turbo Caddy. Guessing the first gear is broken.
Okay. Okay, so what we actually came here to see was this Honda. So we've got a new name for the series. We're calling it K-swap Sundays because it's Sunday and we're doing a K-swap. Okay, so we've got even less parts on than last time. And yeah, pretty soon it'll be down to just the elements only. Aluminium and cast iron and adamantium. I don't know what actually goes in the engine, but I know it's a lot of stuff. Headlights off, everything off. Wheels are on. That's pretty cool. Yeah, front bumper off. Yeah. So yeah, let's swing by Jordan and see what he has to say about the car. At the moment, it's actually, they're stripping a transmission over there. They think first gear's gone. That's from a turbo VW Caddy. Yeah, I didn't know you could turbo those things, but yeah, and then again, you could turbo anything. Probably a lawnmower if you wanted to. So we could do a whole series on Honda and turboing a lawnmower and then the car. Anyway, let's see what they got going. So when stripping a transmission like this, tell me, what's the first thing you do? Oil, loosening, what's the steps?
Yeah, so you basically make sure there's no oil in, which we didn't do. That's why we messed in a little bit. But other than that, yeah, then you obviously, for the first time, I like to take pictures of everything. So like before I take something off, I take a picture of it so that I know exactly where it goes, you know. For when we obviously put the box back together.
Yeah.
But learning is always fun.
Oh, I see they got a good oil split there.
Oh, that fast.
Still spinning.
So what are we working on now?
Today's mission is going to be stripping the rest of the out of the engine bay. As you can see, I've done quite a lot already.
Okay.
All the wiring is out, the lights are out, everything's out. But yeah, I can take brake booster out, master cylinder for the clutch out, brake bars valve needs to come out. Basically all to prep the engine bay for paint. So
Okay.
yeah, a bit of a mission. There's some other things that need to come out there. Got to work a little bit under the dash as well, so we'll see if I get to that today.
Okay.
Yeah, this wiring has to go inside the cabin. In order for that to happen, you need to remove the aircon box inside there because it's in the way.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I need to take all the plastic grommets out, take all the nuts and bolts out. Subframe, I was going to drop it today, but I don't think there's going to be time for that. New subframe is over there, powder coated. So yeah.
Okay, so when, so you're going to paint the engine bay.
Yeah, same colour.
How does that work? What happens? What do you need to remove? What do you need to prime or prep?
So basically we just need to remove everything we don't want anymore. I'm going to cut all these studs off because they're not going to be used anymore.
What are those studs for? And are
It's
they
basically
important?
just to hold these brackets in to hold the lines. Come on. Now it's all the way down there.
So a prime example of dropping something and not being able to
Not
find it.
having fat hands. So basically this just clips in there, it holds the lines in place to try and make things look neat, but yeah, it's all brittle and old and
But since you're not going to need it, it's okay to cut it
yeah, if it's not needed, delete it.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
off. Okay.
So we can do a brake line tuck. So which means we're not going to have any of these hard lines all over the place. It's all going to be gone. We're going to have a bias valve that's going to bolt onto here. It'll be sticking out here, and then all the lines will be in this corner. There'll only be one line that runs this way for the front brakes.
Okay.
And then I kind of lie. It's two lines. One's going to be for the front brakes, and then there's going to be one for the rear brakes. That's going to come here. But these will be cut off and converted to soft line. So AN fittings will be going on there. And then yeah, that's it. And we're going to do a wire tuck as well for the headlights. So all the wiring will go behind the fenders.
Okay, so that's not going to be in the engine bay, it's going to be
Yeah. So there's little grommets.
very discreet.
The wiring will be going through this grommet over here into the fender and run all the way into here through this hole here. There should be, I'm going to put a grommet, that's how I've got the grommet, this one's gone, I don't know how that happened. Anyway. So the wiring will be entering over here so that the engine bay looks nice and tight, you don't see wires and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of rust. So that needs to be sanded down. Obviously from the battery acid leaking there, but I think it's a common thing on these cars and the EGs. Even that subframe that I got on the passenger side, you can see it leaked battery acid, so the subframe's got a little bit of rust on it and stuff. It's been sandblasted and recoated, but you can see that there was rust there once upon a time. But yeah, that in the future I'll find a better condition one and recoat it again and put it in, but for now it will do the job.
Okay. So to remove the subframe, what needs to be done? Do you need to drop the whole engine, or?
No, you can drop the subframe with the engine in place, but it's a bit of a mission, to be honest. Like for this now, obviously I'm lucky because the engine's out, but it's pretty simple. It's 6 bolts underneath the car, and then obviously you disengage the wheels and stuff. Obviously that comes off, so you'll take the wheels off, and then basically the whole subframe drops together, sway bar, everything. You have to remove the steering knuckle on the inside of the car, and then it basically just drops down. It's fairly simple, to be honest.
And what's the best or easiest way to have it on or off a jack?
Probably on a jack. That's quite a beefy boy. So
yeah, so this jack right there.
It's look, you can do it. Yeah, that's not a problem. You'll use a trolley jack to support the weight of the subframe itself.
Yeah.
So that's not a problem. But remember, once the subframe's out, the car's immobile. You can't push it around. It's no longer a rolling chassis. So you've got to basically put another subframe in with control arm and sway bar, etc., and suspension fork to be able to have the car as a rolling chassis. So once the subframe's out, the car can't move.
Yeah.
So that's hence why we're doing it on the floor and not on the lift, because then it takes up space on the lift and you can't move it. So
yeah, and obviously you need the lift for clients' cars, etc.
Exactly. You need pliers if you've got strong fingers. Hello.
That'll work. Is that brake fluid or fuel?
It's brake fluid.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's a clutch master.
Okay, if you guys don't know, don't get brake fluid on paint. It will seriously foobar it.
So you can actually see it. You can check there how the paint is charred off there.
Oh, look at that. Brake fluid, not good for paint. Okay, so that just came off. That is the reservoir for the brake booster. And we had brake fluid everywhere. And then we put a towel under it, and then the brake fluid stopped instantly, like, bruh. So I see you're in a new position now. What are you trying to do down here?
I'm trying to take out the brake booster and stuff because you've got to loosen it from the inside. But,
Okay.
I'm not really built for this stuff to work.
Need more aerodynamics.
Yeah. So you go on a serious diet.
Okay, well done. You got the brake booster out.
Finally.
After how many different positions?
Yes, I felt like I was in a Kama Sutra movie. I'm going back there now. Pretty difficult with the dash still in place. I think that's what makes it.
Yeah, most of the interior of this car is still there. So we're taking out the leather seats for...
Yeah, the leather seats are probably out for sale.
Okay.
But the seats are everything's coming out the car interior wise. Besides the dash will still be there, but we're going to delete the heater box, the aircon box, all that's coming out. It's literally going to be like just the mess around car. Still going to be street legal, but not a day.
Yeah. Would you actually try and daily it?
If I really have to. You know.
Or do
I
you
don't
care
think it
too
would
much
be,
about your back?
like, for in the winter, I think it would be fine. Summer, I don't know so much. Maybe if the government aircon, open the window.
Yeah. When does the aircon now?
Yeah, because there's going to be no AC, there's going to be no power steering. It's going to be bare minimum. The less there is in the car, the less there is to worry about. But Hondas don't make torque, so
Yeah.
we'll try and make up in kilowatts.
Oh, away.
But anyway, this is like, the little lever that you push to get it to heat and cold.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's this. So
I
there's
was wondering what that is.
so this is a valve that usually connects to this. And then when you turn that little knob, it pulls this in and out to open the valve to let the warm water pass through. your heater core. So then that in turn heats up the air so that you've got heater. So that's going to be deleted.
Okay.
And then there's going to be a little block here with a grommet. The shifter cables are actually going to come through there.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's going from rod shift, which is that link down there, that goes underneath the car to the shifter, to the gear. So now that's folding away and it's going to have cables that go to the transmission.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be cable shift.
It's a lot simpler. On Joe's Bantam, he had modified the AC system, so the switch from hot to cold is actually a valve, but you can only access it from within the engine because something happened. And yeah, so now to change your from hot to cold, you literally have to turn a valve within the engine. You can't just use a lever like that.
Yeah. So
because improvised.
But now, like
fixes.
even the car's not going to have that function anymore. It's not going to have heat. It's not going to have. I'm going to take everything out. The fan box, everything's coming out. So that whole instrument cluster is going to basically be deleted.
Okay.
Yeah. So it will just be blanked off with a piece of carbon fiber. Maybe put a gauge or something in there. We'll see when we get to that point.
One of those eBay online fans that mount and blow
No,
on the dash.
It'll be, if you get hot, it will be a government aircon. So you'll open the window and that's how you'll cool yourself down.
Nice. So the next part you're going to take out is
This is the master cylinder for the clutch.
master cylinder for the clutch. Okay, so how's the clutch system going to work? Is it going to be a heavy clutch?
Look, no, not really. It's still going to have this. I might upgrade this to the Honda S2000 master cylinder.
Okay.
It's a conversion that the Oaks do on these cars, but I'll still see, because for me, basically what happens is that little bottle that comes here, the little reservoir for the master cylinder.
Yeah.
That basically gets moved away. The cylinder is a part of the master cylinder for the clutch. So that's basically why they do it. So you put a little spacer there, and then it's got the little reservoir here, and basically it looks the same. So same thing, but just looks better. You delete the line that has to run basically to the reservoir for this one, for the standard one. So I'll see. I might be doing that. Brake booster will stay there because that's basically what makes your brake soft. So if you delete the brake booster, then your pedals are always going to feel hard. There will be brakes, but it's going to feel like there is no brakes because you tend to get used to the soft feeling of a pedal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I still got to do on the engine itself as well.
Okay.
I still got to upgrade the top oil pump. I need to redo the timing chain. I want to do a 50-degree VCT gear. There's quite a few things that I want to do to be able to rev higher. So I want to be able to rev about 8.5, 9k with a stock motor. Yeah. But currently with the big oil pump that it has, with a stock K24 oil pump, it's not possible for the car to rev that high. Because it's got like a screw type oil pump. So it's very heavy and it's very bulky. So when you eliminate that and you put the top oil pump, it's a very small oil pump. It still delivers the same performance, but it's a lot less strain on the engine, so you can rev much higher.
Okay.
And then obviously the VCT gear as well, you can only, I think standard they come out with a 25-degree VCT gear. So you can only adjust the timing by 25 degrees, advance the timing by 25 degrees. So once you put the 50-degree one in, you've got that whole range, you've got 25 degrees more that you can play with. So
yeah.
Just for tunability in the future, that would be ideal. Yeah, there's still a lot to come. ECU Masters, ECU, so we're going to do only black. And then I'm going to do a 7-inch dash. So yeah, there's quite a lot of things. It's a lot of money involved, but a lot of time as well, and a lot of effort, blood, sweat and tears, but I want to do it right.
Yeah.
For me, at the end of the day, it's about doing things right, not cutting corners and doing things properly. Like, there's a lot of oaks out there that do K-swap but they just slap it together. They don't care about how they do things. Like, I'm a very neat person. I like doing things neatly. So like all my cars I've ever had in the past that I've built in the past, my Golf, my Fiesta, those things, like every bolt was touched on it. Like, and that's what I'm aiming to do with this car. Like, everything will be new, brand new. And yeah, once I'm done with that, then I can focus on the body, because the car's paint work is not that great. But that's something for a later stage. Like I said, that's why I want to do everything in the engine bay must be perfect. Slap the car back together, get everything perfect in the engine bay the way I want it. Then I can concentrate on the rest of it.
Yeah. And color-wise, what color would you paint? What color are you going to paint the engine bay and
Why don't
later
you
the whole
just
vehicle?
keep it the same color as the car.
Same
so
colour, okay.
Engine bay is most likely going to be, it's between painting it black and the same color as the car. So it's something that I'm still back and forth about. I'm not too sure yet, but I need to make up my mind soon because once everything is out and the bay is prepped, we're going to paint it. So that will be probably in one of the near future videos. We're going to be prepping and painting the bay. So I don't think we'll do a full video on everything, but we'll do like maybe a before and after, and like just a small clip during what we're doing, like maybe the prep work and stuff like that. Because like all these studs I still need to cut off because none of them are going to be used anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm going to delete all of those. They're going to be cut off and made flush.
When you cut them off, how do you cut them? Would you just go with the grinder?
Yeah,
or?
it's just angle grinder. Hit it with the angle grinder, maybe a small Dremel, just to cut, because like here to get a grind in is going to be quite difficult. So we'll see. Like I'll figure it out. The thing is, like these things are just welded on, as far as I know. It's like a special type of weld. So it actually screws into the welder, and it like they just press it where they want it, and then they like basically how do you call it? Seam welded basically. So it just welds this butt onto here. So technically speaking, all I can do is I can just cut off here and then basically just grind it flat with a flat disc, and then it'll be gone.
It doesn't need to be a very strong weld.
No. It's literally just there to hold the bracket, dude. It's there to make these wires for the tubes for the brake lines and stuff make it look neat, but it looks like, I don't know, from the factory, I don't like that bias valve that they got there. It is what it is. That's what the car came out with. But that's why I'm deleting it and I'm putting a smaller one, because you don't really need the bias valve that they put in this car, because the front brakes don't need like balance. It basically can be connected directly to the brake booster. It's just the rears that you want to be able to control, because you don't want 100% brake power to the back, because else it's going to lock up. If the car's light at the back, the wheels are going to lock up and you're going to spin out, and then you're going to have all kinds of. So
and it's not really a drift car.
Exactly. So the only reason you put the bias valve in is to obviously limit the amount of pressure that goes to the back brakes, so that you don't lock up. And so that will probably be like a 20 split or something, like a 20% of the brakes will be at the back and the rest will be in the front. But yeah, like I said, we just run the lines directly from the brake booster to the front brake calipers. But that's also something that I'm going to be upgrading. So we're going to be upgrading the calipers to CRV calipers with mini 2007 mini rotors, so discs from a Mini, and some pads from either CRV or an Accord. Honda Accord. So yeah, that's a budget big brake upgrade kit for these cars. So
basically Honda to Honda.
Yeah, pretty much. The only thing that's not Honda is obviously the disc that comes off of a Mini Cooper. But
off of a BMW.
It's basically a straight bolt-on like big brake upgrade kit that doesn't like cost too much money. I mean, you can find a wrecked CRV or whatever and just take the calipers off that. And there's no spaces to be made. It's literally just bolt on. You bolt these off, bolt those on, put the bigger disc on with better pads, done. Okay, well, that's there's a heck of a lot that goes on in here. Yeah, dude, it's not something, like I said to you, that's why the project's going to take long, because it's a lot of work. Like, you guys obviously haven't seen what happened last weekend, because last weekend you were busy, so a lot happened. I stripped the whole front of the car bumper off, lights out, wiring harness out, quite a bunch of things that I took out. You know, like I'm trying to do things on Sundays, because Saturdays is for customer stuff. So we try and work on our cars on Sundays. So, but yeah, it's going to take some time. But the car will be done probably by the end of the year. Not done, but like engine will be in, and then most likely start and stuff like that. But
so a simple K-swap is not actually that simple.
Not simple, no.
I mean, to do the job right, it does take time. And you're willing to put in the effort, and you've got the patience. Well, I don't know if you have the patience for it, but
depends if I have to get under the dash or not.
It's okay, we'll put you on a diet. I'm joking. But the good stuff. I'm actually going to sign off the video, guys, this is what the boys over at FAFD are building. This is one of their mascot cars, project cars, demo cars. Yeah, they're working on that Mark 6 ST150. That's Jason's Audi TT. He's doing a lot of stuff on it. He's about the exhaust is off, wheels are off, and there's a camping chair because yeah, let's spectate. Okay, Jordan, thanks so much. I appreciate it, and yeah, we'll sign off there. Thanks for letting us film your car and everything. Thanks for bringing us along for the journey. It's really epic. I'm learning a heck of a lot as well. Enjoy it, appreciate it, and yeah, check you all in the next video. Have a good one. Stay blessed.